with Frank Lobiondo on demand. Plus, see videos from Harry Hurley.
And just click on our YouTube channel and you'll be able to view video.
And plus, see videos from Harry YouTube channel today.
Today's Ask the Mayor program is proudly brought to you by the Casino Reinvestment Development Authority, building a better future for our region through strategic initiatives to reposition Atlantic City as a clean and safe, multifaceted year-round destination and community. Since 1984, the CRDA has invested more than $1.5 billion in Atlantic City, with more than $750 million alone since 2011. The CRDA is taking the lead towards revitalizing and diversifying the city by investing in non-gaming attractions and development like Bass Pro Shops, the Waterfront Conference Center, Festival Park, outdoor beach concerts, new housing construction, Live Nation and AEG events, plus live community events like the Air Show, Armed Forces Parade, Seafood Festival, and more. Over the next month, Atlantic City will be full of summertime fun and excitement. The CRDA welcomes back the Farmers Market, Music in the Park, Movies Under the Stars, and the new Poetry in the Park series. Other events on tap include Sandblast Weekend, Summer Concert Series at Gardner's Basin, Chicken Bone Beach free jazz concerts, Bloom Music Festival, daily light and sound shows on the boardwalk, and the Atlantic City International Triathlon, and more. Celebrate summer in AC, the entertainment capital of the Jersey Shore.
Atlantic County Municipal Equipment Enterprises is here to help with any commercial vehicle upfitting.
Do you know where police cars come from? How does a normal car turn into a state-of-the-art police vehicle? Municipal Equipment Enterprises in Egg Harbor Township. That's how. Municipal Equipment Enterprises is a service management company for all of your New Jersey state contracts. They understand that government agencies demand more from their vehicles. They need cutting-edge safety features, impressive lighting packages, and high-quality installations, all at efficient costs. They're located in Atlantic County because they want your business. Municipal Equipment Enterprises can upfit any vehicle. Painting, lettering, tinting, lighting, and so much more from names like Whalen, Satina, and Havas. Go to upfitme.com and click on the gallery page to see some of their excellent work. Owner Len Palestina proudly lives and works in Atlantic County. He knows your job is hard and he wants to make it easier. Go to upfitme.com or call 609-484-0555. Municipal Equipment Enterprises, your New Jersey contract headquarters, 2703 Fire Road, Egg Harbor Township, helping protect those who protect us.
WPG Talk Radio 1450 presents Ask the Mayor. It's your opportunity to ask Atlantic City Mayor Don Guardian anything you want about the world's playground. Brought to you by the New Jersey Casino Reinvestment Development Authority and Municipal Equipment Enterprises on Fire Road in EHT, your New Jersey contract headquarters. To talk to Mayor Guardian, call 407-1450. Now, with Atlantic City Mayor Don Guardian, here's Harry Hurley.
Welcome back to Ask the Mayor with Atlantic City Mayor Don Guardian. It is 23 minutes past the hour. A lot of questions still to go before the end of tonight's program, but we're going to, as we always do, prioritize your phone calls at 609-407-1450. Peter, it's your opportunity to ask the mayor. Go right ahead and welcome to the program, Peter.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. How are things by you?
Enjoying the summer.
Oh, that's even better. The question I have, first of all, when you have company to you, right?
Of course.
Now, Atlantic City is our home. You are inviting people not only from New Jersey, but from other states and even maybe visitors from overseas to come to our home. And what I'm getting at, sir, is most communities, not only in New Jersey, but in other places in this country, ordinances against young men wearing their pants down. And I called the city council office. They refused to touch it because the woman I spoke to told me, quote, it is a civil rights issue and I'm not going to comment on it. I called your office. I spoke to your chief of staff on the same question. At this moment, he is consulting the city legal department on the issue, and I can't see why this is a civil rights issue. I look at it as a common sense issue, and it's a plus for Atlantic City because it makes our city look better and it makes the city look good. But where does the chief of staff come to civil rights issue, and how come he has to consult the legal department of the city on this issue? And what's so bad about not having an ordinance like this when other communities and even Wildwood has such an ordinance?
So I have to say, this is the first time anyone has brought up this subject to me. I have to tell you, I just got to think about it. I'm not trying to. I usually answer questions directly, but just kind of you stumped me on this one,
Peter.
And you really caught me, Peter, because you said civil rights.
Right.
It just put me in like
Let me jump in real quick because I followed the Wildwood situation very, and there was this big desire because, it was the fashion statement of wearing the pants so low you could see the underwear and it was offending, this and that. And guess what? Wildwood went and did it. They took a lot of grief when they were. How many citations do you think they've issued in the entire history of this ordinance in Wildwood, Peter?
But there are other communities.
Well, come on. You're asking questions. I'm asking you a question. How many citations have been given out for pants on the ground? How about zero?
Wildwood.
Zero. Well, no, you cited Wildwood, so don't flip the script. You said Wildwood. What I'm trying to tell you is, in my opinion, and I covered this issue very, very aggressively. I didn't agree with it then. Look, I wear my pants where they should be. I like pants, for gentlemen to be worn where they should be. But we have fashion statements in different eras. You might remember when Joyce Irving was an NBA great, their shorts were like hot pants. I mean, it looks funny when you look at the footage. Now, you don't know whether they're wearing long shorts or short pants are so long. They're almost down past the knee now in the NBA. Women's skirt heights go up and they go down. I would say this, Mayor, I wouldn't even consider it. I mean, I've reported, I think, 2 days in a row, bodies dead on the ground, okay, in Atlantic City. We're going to talk about pants that are, below, that the underwear is showing. How in the world, in a city the size of Atlantic City with public safety that has to be delivered, how could you even in that business? I know when my two daughters went to Holy Spirit High School, the principal, Sister Pat, would have a ruler sometimes, and she would check to see how close that skirt was above the knee. And if it was too short, then they knew some kind of, homemade alteration was done, and the skirt was put back how it should be. Could you imagine, Peter, who would enforce this? The Atlantic City Police Department would be the fashionistas patrol in Atlantic City?
Well, I think it degrades the city.
Answer the question. If you were in charge of administering this, would you honestly, as the director of public safety, tell your chief of police, tell all your shifts at roll call, to the point of emphasis today is not, public safety, but we're gonna be on fashion patrol. I'm not putting you down, but it's to me an absurd fun. Literally, the city is fighting for its life right now, and you're talking about pants that are just guess what? By next year or the year after, the pants might be up higher again. This could just go away without an ordinance, in my opinion.
I just thought the mayor should know, in the bus garage of the old with a Pacific, making the left from Pacific down to Atlantic, and you'll see it on the right side that somebody painted up a ISIS flag on the garage of the old Hilton Casino parking garage where the bus bay used to be.
If it hasn't been taken down already, first thing tomorrow morning.
Taken down because I pass that every morning on the way home from work.
Okay.
All right, Peter. Thanks
I'm
for
sorry.
the call.
We'll take care of it tomorrow morning.
609-407-1450 phone lines are open. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to Ask the Mayor. Anonymous, you're on the air, Anonymous. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Mayor. How are we doing today?
Good.
Good. I was just wondering that in September, when the Pope comes to Philadelphia, has Atlantic City done anything to work with New Jersey Transit regarding train transportation? According to some sources, I'm hearing that there's going to be no regular service on the Atlantic City rail line that weekend. They're only selling 4,000 tickets for both days. Now, I did hear that almost all the hotel rooms are all booked up. So it's going to be pretty packed, trying to get to Philadelphia, which, I'm hearing that's the only way to get into Philadelphia. Have you been in contact with New Jersey Transit regarding this?
No, I haven't, but you can be assured tomorrow morning that's an excellent point. We're going to talk to New Jersey Transit and see what we can do about additional train service. I know there are many Catholics and non-Catholics that certainly want to see the Holy Father when he is in Philadelphia. We'll do our best, and we'll get back to Harry in the morning, so we can tell you if we're able to affect some change there.
Okay, because what I'm hearing is that all trains are leaving out of Atlantic City. There could be just express runs right to Philadelphia. There's like 6 or 7. There's no intermediate stops, and I know there's going to be like over 2 million people going into Philadelphia.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not saying there's going to be 2 million people in Atlantic City. There's a lot of people thinking that they saw, oh, there's a train leaving out of here, and here these tickets are, you got to call for these tickets and reserve these tickets.
Okay.
Thank you, Anonymous. Have a great day. He's on it. 609-407-1450, an open phone line. Hey, Dee, you're on the air. Please ask the mayor. It's your turn.
Harry.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Harry.
Good evening.
Sorry about that young man about the pants, Mayor. I was up by Atlantic City Hospital between Atlantic and Pacific, and there was one man, I saw him once, he just let the little flash out in front. So if you don't spoil the child, if you don't nip one day or try to do something else. I've never seen anything like that up there yet, just at one time, but it's ridiculous. I don't think it's that big a deal about the butt, but that you have to draw the line somewhere. My main reason for calling is parking in the city. There's duplexes on the street where I live. And they're using it as residences, and they rent rooms out. Some are 4 and 5 cars for each residence. Is there any way would you repave the streets down here to put one parking spot in front of each side of the duplex?
Yeah, we can. Tell me what street it is.
Mount Pier, Casey, Chelsea, all of them. They're all duplexes.
Right, but are you talking about?
Some places have 2. Some have 2, 3, and 4 cars. If you just leave one parking spot in front of you, on each side, it's room for 1 car. And also, if they have more than 1 car, charge them an extra $1,000 a month and make them park in some kind of parking. There's lots of parking lots down this end of the town.
I hear you.
They have 4 and 5. They have 4 and 5 cars, Mayor. It's not right,
I understand.
Yeah. Would city council handle that, or?
What we're going to do is I'm going to have someone go down and take a look at what you're talking about, so that
they were here before, Mayor. I talked to Mr. Formica, and they say they can't prove that they're not visitors, Mayor. They go to school, they have jobs. They're not. Their kids go. There's 25, 30 people sometimes in one bed. I don't mind that because they don't bother anybody. It's just the parking. They're quiet. They're hardworking people. They don't bother anybody.
I hear you.
It's a big thing. Gotten fights with some people,
Okay.
Hey, Dave, would you like me to get your number, and then somebody could give you a call, and then you can work this out?
Tomorrow.
Okay, there you go. You're going to call the mayor's office.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
347-5400.
Bye-bye.
You got it, Dave. 609-407-1450. We're going to go to Al. Al, you're on the air. Ask the mayor.
Yes, thank you. Mayor, I just wanted to give you a little bit of peace of mind. Thanks to American ingenuity and entrepreneurship, some designers have now made those pants in 2-tone with the khaki base and the top being like an off-white. So it actually looks like there's somebody's underwear showing their pants and not coming down. And they're selling well, because when I went out to Hamilton Mall, I saw a lot of young adults running around with the pants on. So it's a trend, and I think that maybe that's where it's going to change.
I mean, listen, whether we like it or not, I mean, it's what happens. I mean, you go back to different generations, and parents were aghast at, tie-dye and long hair and bell bottoms and, all this different stuff, skater pants. And, now it's pants, below the, the underwear level. And interesting, I had not heard the fashion statement that Al just talked about, where it's like faux,
right,
to create the look.
Same.
All right, Al, anything else?
I just wanted to let them know. And, wear the pants that way, it's got to be very uncomfortable. I remember, when we was a kid, slip down or something. The first thing you do is pull them up because it's just very uncomfortable to walk around like that.
All right, Al. Low pants are dominating the program in the past 10 minutes. Very interesting with everything that's going on. Al, thanks for the call. We've got Eric, we've got JD, we have Al in that order. Eric, it's Ask the Mayor, and you're on the air. Go.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Mayor.
Hi, Eric.
One thing good about the pants, they can't run fast. Listen, with the graffiti, did you know about the graffiti?
No, that's the first time I heard of it, and I have to tell you. Yeah.
Well, it was on the radio on other stations yesterday, and should we be concerned about this because we have thousands of people on our beaches?
Yeah, absolutely. There are two things. One is both CRDA and Public Works, depending on where it is in the city. They see something that's offensive like this, that could be dangerous. They photograph it and send it on to the police department.
Mayor, it's on the garage at the Atlantic Club wall of the old Golden Nugget.
I got it. We just received that phone call, and I told you tomorrow morning it'll be coming off.
Well, I'm very surprised you didn't hear about it yesterday, Mayor. Thank you.
We did not.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, and he means not the Golden Nugget that used to be my old hotel, the Trump Castle. He means the former Golden Nugget that was last the Atlantic Club.
I do.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got the right property. Eric, thanks for the call. We're going to go to JD. JD, welcome to the program. It's your opportunity to ask the mayor.
Greetings, Mayor.
Hey, Jesse.
My wife and I were up the new playground on the pier last week. It's fantastic. We were up there during the day, but here's the situation. I don't know how they make it in the wintertime without parking. My suggestion to you, Mayor, is somehow if you can take over the Trump Plaza parking garage, do an executive order. Obama breaks the law every day. Just do it.
Okay, so I have to tell you, the Trump parking garage is real important to the future of the city. I'll talk about parking for a minute. So right now, Trump is still in bankruptcy. As soon as they come out of bankruptcy, I think you'll see a solution right there. My first choice is that obviously Bob Blatstein's very concerned about that too. I'd rather see a private business take over the parking garage, but if not, the city is very willing to start a parking utility, which we're going to do anyway, and incorporate the garage as well. It's real important that, I'd love to see Trump Plaza go, meaning demolished, but the garage is important because it's the only one that we have for boardwalk hall. It's real important for the summertime, and the playground. We got to make sure that we have it a real good point for the wintertime.
Hey, JD, give me one quick follow up. Then we did a little bit of price costing. You could not build the Trump Plaza parking garage for what you could buy the whole property for.
That's correct.
So that's actually something.
Yeah,
I think the city
$30 million is what a parking garage costs now.
And you could buy the whole darn thing for half that, maybe, or
exactly
under 20.
Right.
So you could buy the whole thing, do whatever you want with the other thing, and have a parking garage.
The parking garage is probably the most valuable part of what's left of Trump Plaza.
Interesting. JD, anything else?
No, everything that you guys said was correct, and I thank you for letting me get through.
Good to talk to you.
I just wanted to add to that, Harry, quickly, is see our parking situation. We're working with them. We may relax some rules about hardtop because the CRDA has a number of lots that are right there, one block within the boardwalk. And what CRDA is talking about is putting down either seashells or gravel on these lots so that for weekends and for major events, they can be used for parking.
Good
so
idea.
It's only going to add parking by the hundreds, but it'll still be better than what we have now.
Al is with us now, and the next caller can dial us up at 609-407-1450 for Mayor Don Guardian. It is Ask the Mayor. We're live. It's 39 minutes past the hour. 609-407-1450 if you have a question for Atlantic City Mayor Don Guardian. Al, it's time to ask.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Mayor?
Good, Al.
I tell you, you took on a tiger when you took this job. I'll tell you that much. I feel for you, man.
Thank you.
Coming in situation. I was going to ask you what is happening with the properties there. Do you see anything happening with like gravel and these properties that are just kind of sitting there now?
Yeah. So I'll start with Atlanta Club because that's the easiest. Endeavor is the group that's looking to buy it. They wanted to get all their ducks in order. They've been through all the permits, the zoning planning of both the city and CRDA. They've now received all of their planning permits that they wanted, both to build a year-round a restaurant and beach bar on the beach across the boardwalk, and also to turn the old casino floor into an indoor water park, and to convert some of the rooms into condos and the rest operate as a hotel, family hotel, with the theme really being entertainment and the water park. So we're going to see in the next couple of weeks if that takes legs, but they do have all of the permits that they were waiting for. We go back to Showboat. Today was a monumental day. The courts ruled in Stockton's favor, so Stockton's permitted to sell the property. I think you'll see they'll be putting it at auction. I, for one, know two individuals that certainly have the funds that would make a lot of sense for them to buy it. They'll be operating as a hood, one operated as a casino. I have not heard from Mr. Straub on what he's doing with Revel yet, so that becomes the tough one right now.
Al, anything else?
That was it. I just want to tell you thank you. I mean, I know you're trying to do the best you can, and I want you to know your prayers. My prayers are with you. I realize that it is not an easy situation that you got, that you took on. I give you kudos for taking it on. And I listen to Hurley in the morning all the time, and I really appreciate the kind of job you're trying to do.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you, Al, and I appreciate your prayers. I need wisdom and discernment, just like Solomon.
That's exactly correct. Al, very kind of you. Thank you for the great comments. Appreciate you. Thank you. 609-407-1450 phone lines are open. We're going to take our last time out. We have one power segment straight ahead, uninterrupted until 5 minutes past the top of the hour, and we have some big questions coming up from my list and from your list. And we've got a great guest listener that wrote such a kind email right around the lunch hour today, and I want to let this former fire professional superior officer from another area who now lives in Atlantic City but had a whole career as a superior officer at one of the highest ranks in the department. I'm just trying not even to say the person's rank just to protect them, that has written in, I think, a really good question that the mayor will enjoy tackling, and that's next. We'll be back. You're listening to Ask the Mayor. I'm Harry Hurley, privileged to present Atlantic City Mayor Don Guardian on WPG Talk Radio 1450, South Jersey's talk station.
Good news.
Good news. I've got good news for all three of you.
The WPG Talk Radio 1450 newsletter is yet another way South Jersey's talk station keeps you informed. Get the latest South Jersey news, community events, information on fun contests, links to exclusive YouTube videos, and more delivered right to your inbox. It's free. To sign up for the WPG Talk Radio 1450 newsletter, simply go to WPG1450.com.
Atlantic County Municipal Equipment Enterprises is here to help with any commercial vehicle upfitting.
Do you know where police cars come from? How does a normal car turn into a state-of-the-art police vehicle? Municipal Equipment Enterprises in Egg Harbor Township. That's how. Municipal Equipment Enterprises is a service management company for all of your New Jersey state contracts. They understand that government agencies demand more from their vehicles. They need cutting-edge safety features, impressive lighting packages, and high-quality installations, all at efficient costs. They're located in Atlantic County because they want your business. Municipal Equipment Enterprises can upfit any vehicle. Painting, lettering, tinting, lighting, and so much more from names like Whalen, Satina, and Havas. Go to upfitme.com and click on the gallery page to see some of their excellent work. Owner Len Palestina proudly lives and works in Atlantic County. He knows your job is hard and he wants to make it easier. Go to upfitme.com or call 609-484-0555. Municipal Equipment Enterprises, your New Jersey contract headquarters, 2703 Fire Road, Egg Harbor Township, helping protect those who protect us.
Today's Ask the Mayor program is proudly brought to you by the Casino Reinvestment Development Authority, building a better future for our region through strategic initiatives to reposition Atlantic City as a clean and safe, multifaceted year-round destination and community. Since 1984, the CRDA has invested more than $1.5 billion in Atlantic City, with more than $750 million alone since 2011. The CRDA is taking the lead towards revitalizing and diversifying the city by investing in non-gaming attractions and development like Bass Pro Shops, the Waterfront Conference Center, Festival Park, outdoor beach concerts, new housing construction, Live Nation and AEG events, plus live community events like the Air Show, Armed Forces Parade, Seafood Festival, and more. Over the next month, Atlantic City will be full of summertime fun and excitement. The CRDA welcomes back the Farmers Market, Music in the Park, Movies Under the Stars, and the new Poetry in the Park series. Other events on tap include Sandblast Weekend, Summer Concert Series at Gardner's Basin, Chicken Bone Beach free jazz concerts, Bloom Music Festival, daily light and sound shows on the boardwalk, and the Atlantic City International Triathlon, and more. Celebrate summer in AC, the entertainment capital of the Jersey Shore.
WPG Talk Radio 1450 presents Ask the Mayor. It's your opportunity to ask Atlantic City Mayor Don Guardian anything you want about the world's playground. Brought to you by the New Jersey Casino Reinvestment Development Authority and Municipal Equipment Enterprises on Fire Road in EHT, your New Jersey contract headquarters. To talk to Mayor Guardian, call 407-1450. Now, with Atlantic City Mayor Don Guardian, here's Harry Hurley.
Thank you very much. We're going to go back to your phone calls in just a little bit at 609-407-1450. But just to give you an idea how responsive, the mayor said he was going to get back to folks starting tomorrow already. And everybody that listens to my show, what a huge fan I am of Chief White. What a huge fan I am of Director Jerkins, because these are men and they have a sense of urgency. So they didn't let you hang out there, Mayor. And Rick Santoro as well, who we go back 35 years and work together both for Mr. Wynn and for Mr. Trump. Rick is a great guy. So this is the kind of people, the partners, Mayor, that we have, because they didn't let you hang out there until tomorrow. They already invested. And Eric, I hope you're still listening, because you're a great friend of my program. In the morning, you're a great friend of this. And I think your question was fair, but so was the response that you're about to receive from Mayor Guardian, because Mayor Guardian, now that your folks have investigated this flag of ISIS displayed or anything like that.
No, it's not. It certainly appears to have Arabic-like lettering, but I can tell you it's graffiti and it's being removed as we talk.
So there you go, Eric. You didn't have to wait till tomorrow. That's that on that. Mayor, I was referencing when we went to, right before we went to the final break, about a really kind email that I received from a retired, distinguished senior professional fire superior officer. Writes, "Dear Mr. Hurley," I wrote him back, "Please call me Harry. I absolutely love asking the mayor. I haven't missed a single one. Can you please ask Mayor Guardian what is holding up construction of the seawall and promenade boardwalk along the Absecon Inlet? If you could follow up or combine that by requesting any new information pertaining to development of Gardner's Basin, it would be greatly appreciated." Gave his full name, his full address. Then he wrote, "P.S. at a career," and I'm not going to, but it's a chief. With a blank fire department in another part of the state. I commend your efforts on behalf of the Safer Grant for Atlantic City. I admire you for telling it like it is. Very refreshing. So just a very nice, engaged listener. What can you tell him?
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for all years of service, saving people's lives and saving their homes. For the Army Corps of Engineers, and they're just finishing up the last job. They're 2-3 weeks behind. They should have been here, but it's an 18-month project, and it's not unusual. It's tough working in the open waters there. So you'll see demolition start. But again, as I know they're starting, I'll let you know when it actually starts there. For Gardner's Basin right now, it's the Atlantic County Improvement Authority that's doing a assessment, evaluation of how much Caspian Point is worth. So they came up with a dollar value. We're coming up with an alternate one. Purchase that. Once we do that, we'll combine the two and do the RFP. But the idea was that we wanted to make sure that we have the deal for Gardner's Basin done, so that as we open up the boardwalk that'll go to Gardner's Basin in 2007, the new basin with a lot of new projects started.
Mayor, my next question is, and it's regrettable, but I think on your program you should address it. Nothing short of a firestorm of complaints have erupted because, and I'm just going to say it in polite general terms, the administration tore down the Venice Park basketball courts.
Yeah.
Obviously during the summer. You're not too happy about it.
Nope.
But tell everybody, what you can say about this. I don't know why somebody would do that. because now it's weeks, right, before there can be courts again, right?
Well, first of all, it's supposed to take 3 weeks to do. Supposed to be done in the spring. They weren't. People have been screaming about courts all over the city, and I have to tell you, Harry, when I was at SID 10 years ago, I wrote a letter talking about the deplorable conditions of the courts. So it's like everything else in Atlantic City. Everything has to be fixed, and we need to do it. And it is unfortunate, the construction that happens, but the court's going to last 20 years. Yeah, I'm sorry that we did it during the summer, but what happened, we put so much pressure on the construction crew to get it done that when they in the spring, they immediately started in the fall. There is a league that uses on Saturday. However, the league just kind of uses it. Never got permits, never checked with anyone. Yes, we've had changes in recreation. So if we had the old staff in place, if I had 400 more people working for the city, probably someone would have told me, let's not make sure we don't start it. But they moved ahead. But I can tell you that the 4 courts, they started 3. They are rushing to get them done, and there is some hope if the weather holds up by noon this Friday, they actually will be. But that's really cutting it short, giving them fair notice. It's a 3-week job. There is a 4th court at Texas Avenue, and my chief of staff had just today said they were supposed to start it Monday. Why don't we postpone it until August after the summer camp program is finished? And that's what we'll do. So we're going to delay the Texas Avenue 3 courts done as we can. It's unfortunately that they're done, but you got to realize you're going to have 20 years of enjoyment on these courts. They're going to be beautiful. The kids are going to enjoy it. And yes, I understand 2 weeks sounds like an eternity for a kid basketball in the summer. So I'm sorry, but we're going to get them done.
I'm not going to ask you to be a casino analyst, but what are your general thoughts about the June numbers?
I haven't analyzed. Did they come out this afternoon?
They came out basically 4 out of the 8 are up.
Yep.
If you top line, several are up for the whole industry over last year. Bottom line, the industry is slightly down. 4 are doing very, very well. 4 not as well. Kind of if I were breaking it down, I would call it sort of a mixed bag.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. So, we'd have to look. I'm assuming Borgata and Harrah's, Tropicana are the ones that did real well. And Golden Nugget or Resorts. Yeah, they're the ones that put the money up front. You can see it. You go there and you're real excited about what they've done in those properties. And I think that's why they're up. I think as you see some work being done at Caesars or Bally's, certainly after Carl's finished and starts with the Taj, I hope we see the same. We're going to see a pretty much leveling off this year. And that's what it's been if we look at the first 6 months of the year. And so about the same amount of dollars, a little bit less. But when you divide it by 8, everyone's doing okay.
I took a flyer on something that I felt very confident about. So when I wrote my column on Saturday that comes out digitally on Monday, in print on Wednesday, in the Current and Gazette newspapers all throughout Atlantic and Cape May County, I knew that the ballot question for casinos outside of Atlantic City would not be on this year's ballot. I'm very happy about that.
Me too.
Because for me, delay, keep winning, keep it off the ballot. You can't lose if it's not on the ballot.
Right.
And I think they looked at the polls, Mayor, and saw that the last poll was 59% opposed.
Yep.
That it did fail the last time the casinos were on the ballot statewide, and then it passed when it was Atlantic City only. I think they thought when they first brought it up, it would just be a no-brainer, that everybody would just be for it. Maybe the North just isn't in favor of casinos. And it is now confirmed, is what I'm trying to say. It will not be on the ballot. They had till August 3rd, or it couldn't be on the ballot. We now know weeks before that it will not be on the ballot. But now it looks like my eggs are in one basket because they believe in a presidential election cycle, larger sampling. They think they have a shot next year.
I got it. We've got to work together. This community, Little South Jersey, 35 years ago, was able to convince the North Jersey voters that gambling should only be allowed in Atlantic City. And we've got to make sure they understand that that's the way they should continue now. We have to have a united front, and we have to do everything possible to make sure that we don't get gaming anywhere else. And very important, not just Atlantic City, but South Jersey.
I agree. And because I know if they have casinos in Meadowlands or anywhere else additional.
And there's no
casinos.
question anywhere within driving time from Atlantic City is going to take business away from Atlantic City, and that's not good. So you can promise us $100 million of income, but we know how poorly that worked out with Revel.
We could lose 200 million, 300 million.
Oh, I think 5,
maybe more.
6, 700
So there's
million.
your 100.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot for nothing.
Yeah.
Here's the challenge. As I back when it failed statewide, then the state said, "Hey, you want it in Atlantic City only? We won't say no to that." Because there was a predisposed bias that it would bring an element, maybe even the mob. There were all kinds of things that were never true, because obviously the New Jersey Casino Control Act is such a model. It's the model for the world, actually. It's a standard. Now, though, this is a different campaign, though, because people have seen the entertainment policy, the revenue that's been driven, the hotels and everything that can happen. I think this is a different ballot question this time. It's not the same atmosphere.
No question about it. And I think the more towns or counties that will be allowed to have a casino, the better we'll do at preventing it outside of Atlantic City.
Mayor, let's go back to the phone call. 609-407-1450. Viola, please ask the mayor. It's your turn.
Okay. Mayor, have you heard the rumor that Camden wants a...
I did, Viola.
And they want to put it in the Pennsauken market. Now, this is really more dangerous than even North Jersey, because they can come right across the Ben Franklin Bridge and be on Cooper Street in Camden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right near there.
Absolutely, and it certainly will harm the.
Senator Whalen, when he puts out about North Jersey, he never says the word Camden. And not too long ago, Mr. Obama took a trip to Camden. I'm still trying to figure out why.
Well, he was visiting a police force that had been restructured from the normal city force to a county force. So, okay. I wasn't sure. Okay, I got you. So you're not buying the backstory as a front story. You think it was some other purpose.
Well, I think a casino in Camden could really mean destruction.
Well,
I agree.
I totally agree, too. It would be devastating.
Devastating is right. They just have to come over the Walt Whitman or the Ben Franklin Bridge.
Well, see, here's the deal. Two people want to be governor on the Democrat side. And I think one wants casinos, one wants to be governor. They both want to be governor, but they both can't be governor. So maybe one can have a casino. There's a lot going on that I believe is never written about. It's never spoken about. But all we have to do is continue to relentlessly push back and oppose casinos outside of Atlantic City. And if they don't get away with winning a ballot question and amending the Constitution, then casinos stay Atlantic City only. They have to have a victory to keep status quo.
That's correct.
Okay, so I like our odds. And that's why it's not on the ballot this year, because they know they weren't going to win, Viola.
I know.
That's a good thing.
It's all congested up in North Jersey anyway.
Yep.
I mean, where are they going to put them?
Well, we already know that New York is going to have casinos, so we're already going to have that competition. I'm not subscribing, Mayor, and I don't think I know you don't either, because we've talked about it here and on Hurley in the Morning. That if New York is going to have it, then we must have a casino in North Jersey. That's a non-starter.
Correct.
Viola, let's get the next call in. You have a great night. Thank you for checking in, ladies and gentlemen. The leader of the organization. And the organization had a selection committee that, in its infinite wisdom, selected this program, Ask the Mayor, with Mayor Don Guardian of the World's Playground, to be the best of the best. And somebody's got to be the best of the best. Why not us, the president and the CEO of the NJBA? Mr. Rotella, Mr. President, say good evening to your award-winning program.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening,
Paul. I'm very happy to say hi to you guys, and what a great show. Mayor, I've seen you a couple times since you and Harry have won this prestigious award, but there's only one proper way for a broadcaster to be congratulating another broadcaster, and that's live on the air. So I wanted to say congratulations for Ask the Mayor, Harry.
Thank you.
PG and Mayor, for the compelling content that you provide every month. And you should know that when the judges were looking at this, Harry, and you know how tough the competition is for these coveted awards. Every year they're getting tougher and tougher now. I don't want to get the fisticuffs with these judges, but the thing that came through, the resounding message they said was, this is exactly what a show should be on the radio, live, local, and really germane to an issue, to the crisis Atlantic City is going through, the solutions you are ferreting out, and keeping the public informed and getting the public's input with the mayor of the city of Atlantic, and you, Harry, as the host. It really is an extraordinary program. And I'm just so proud of you guys and happy for you and happy for Atlantic City, because under the mayor's leadership, I know Atlantic City is turning around. It's going to take a long time, but it's happening and we see it. So,
and Paul, before you go, let me say something to you, because obviously your leadership as the president and the CEO of the NJBA, you create the structure, you create the environment, and you create the very mechanisms that are in place that give us the opportunity where we can be considered, and on this occasion, not only considered, but actually victorious.
Yeah, well, thank you. Really, it's I do nothing. It's what you guys produce. You guys create the content and the award-winning program. And having asked the mayor up there, for the first time, we'll see how many times, but for the first time this year, I think it was tremendous, and it speaks well of what the very best of local broadcasting is all about.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Very
You're
kind.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you. And Mayor, I think I speak for us when I say this. I don't speak for you often, but I'll say this, and I don't think you'll disagree. We're very proud of this program.
We are. Absolutely.
And I hear all the time from people that appreciate your candor, your honesty. If somebody messes up, you just automatically come out and say it's. People aren't used to that. They're used to some kind of political answer. You'll say, you're right, we were wrong, and we'll fix it, and we'll get back to you. And people like that. Let me ask you something. My old days, I draw on them from time to time because I think they're analogous. My old days as a casino executive, and Mayor, you have pedigree at a senior executive level in that area as well. If I had a good experience with a guest, they might tell one person, maybe two if you were lucky. If you had someone have a bad experience, they tell about 10.
Yes, absolutely.
So I used to always tell my service staff at our staff meetings that for every good experience, it's like a 1-to-1 deal. One bad experience, we have to have 10 good experiences to make up for it. Right now, you've got, and when I say you, I mean the city, has Meet AC selling like never before. They are just crushing it. They're doing great. I think our model of more non-gaming revenue, like Vegas achieved, is in the works right now. Congratulations to Jim Wood and Gary Musich.
Yeah,
and
up to 38% as of this month.
Fantastic.
Boardwalk is packed.
Yes.
Last night it was great. We had our Beach Patrol, by the way, which is the 125th year of Beach Patrol, the longest running Beach Patrol protecting beaches in our city. We saw them in last night. It was just great to see. The beaches were packed at 6, 7 o'clock at night. Boardwalk was packed. Lots of families, people having a good time. That's what we're all about.
And let me draw this into, because that was the analogy from a service standpoint. This is no different than that. If we have a murder or a dead body found at New Hampshire Avenue and stuff like that, that becomes worldwide news.
It does.
Then the perception, I thought Atlantic City was safe, but it's not safe. Yes, it is safe.
Right.
So we have to now have a lot of great experiences again to make up for any one bad one. That's what I'm asking you.
Absolutely. No question about it. Unfortunately, we were having a great year in all the other areas of crime. And we had the unfortunate stabbing, and then the police, brave, heroic police officer took out the guy before he did damage or fatality occurred anywhere else in the neighborhood. And then unfortunately in the last 3 days, we had a drug dealer shoot another drug dealer, and they died. And then we had the unfortunate incident of a fisticuff that broke into a fight, that broke into a knife fight, and then a gentleman was pushed out the window. So those are very unfortunate situations. They talk about the volatility of our society today, but you come in and take a look at Pacific Avenue, the boardwalk, your family going to feel safe. You're going to see cops walking on the street and stuff. It's going to be very hard not to find and feel comfortable in Atlantic City these days.
Mayor, we are less than 2 minutes from the end of the program. That's how fast your program goes. Thank goodness it's an hour and 3 or 4 minutes, because we'd already be out of here. A question that people ask me a lot about the budget. When will the Atlantic City budget be finalized?
Yeah, I don't think we have a date for that yet. So the next point is, what's the governor going to do with the bills? Because that's going to affect the budget. And then we have to find out from the local finance board from the state of New Jersey, which will go up in July, August. So I think it's going to be as late as September. It could be as early as August.
Well, if you don't know the money, I mean, you have to know the money.
You've got to know all those facts. It's all the other ones. I think we are going to, we have to do an estimate for third quarter taxes, and then we'll have that budget. This year, like last year, because we're transitionally to city council doesn't actually approve the budget. They approve that the budget be sent to the local finance board has to approve the budget in Trenton.
For our listeners, if you've missed any of tonight's program or you want to hear it again, you can listen this Sunday at 12 noon for the 12 noon hour. And in the very near future, Chris Coleman will have it up on demand on our YouTube channel at WPG1450.com, and you can stream it and both watch and listen to it on demand.
I want to thank Chris for that, and always you, Harry.
It's great. It's great to have, and people like it.
WPG Talk Radio 1450 AM.
On behalf of Mike Rubel, Chris Coleman, our producer, John Velasquez, I am Harry Hurley. He is Atlantic City Mayor Don Guardian. We will reconvene on Tuesday, August 11th.
But tomorrow morning, listen to the Mayor in the Morning, Harry Hurley, right here on WPG 1450 AM.
Thank you,
Talk
Mr. Mayor.
Radio.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Quite an evening.
It was.
But we knew we would not be at a loss for content.
I hope you have a wonderful summer day today, the weekend, and until we meet again.
Thanks, Mayor. We're going to step aside. We'll be back, in about 11 hours for Hurley in the Morning Wednesday. We've got a full program in store for you, possibly in the 7 o'clock hour about this Iranian deal. It's been a pleasure to be with you tonight. Mark Levin continues next. Have a great night.
And the Savage Nation, weeknights at 9. WPGG Atlantic City and WPG1450.com.